Erero amohela kwano ho Free State Central News o bua le Tace Khiba o tswa ka mona ka media house wa rona. Firstly, let me start by congratulating you on your position as the spokesperson for the office of the Premier there in the Free State province, Mayor Sisi Ntombela.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor. Somebody was saying to me earlier, well, I don't know, I'm yet to verify this, but that person was saying to me, as far as he remembers, there's never been a female spokesperson to the Premier in the province. I don't know how true that is. I still have to verify that because I couldn't think back to many years ago.
Wow.
But it's such an honor. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Your journey as a journalist, we'll talk about that. But before we talk about that, can you at least share with us when you got this wonderful news? What was your reaction? Did you take the position immediately, or you wanted to think about taking a break, looking at the fact that you have spent more than 15 years in this industry of media?
No, obviously, you think things thoroughly. Leaving a job and taking up another job is not something that you should wake up and decide. As you say, for me, it was such a long, pleasant journey with the SABC. So I really thought hard about it. And I've just had a live video now on my social media pages wherein I was saying that for me, it's a continuation of what I have been striving for, which is people. So for me, I think it's a continuation. It's going to work to my advantage because now I'll be doing it from within.
We've seen you with Palesa Chubisi, which is a driven program of news, and we've also seen you with Lesedi FM on SABC and other media houses, or I can say shows. But in your last days with SABC, can you at least maybe share with us that journey that you have described in your live video that you have just done now as a dark period?
No, I think, as I said, it's public knowledge. It's not something that we can shy away from. It's just that personally, I don't believe in dwelling into negative things or glorify. I'll be talking about the problems that I had. But
Sure.
The reality that the past 3 years were very difficult for me in my journey. We're in the court cases, some questioning my appointment to television,
Sure.
and the like. So it was that journey wherein, as I said on my live video, the fighting in court, it wasn't because I will prove a point, but it was just me fighting the injustices to say that don't do this to people. How another Palesa next time? You guys must know that you should not do this. But most importantly, paving the way for Banabarona, the next generation, for how official so that it can be easy. I mean, we need to do away with television is only meant for people from certain provinces. How of Free State it will have to be questioned. No, we really need. I had to stand firm and say, let me do this for my fellow Free Staters. But they must be able to penetrate their way into television.
Last year in May, on the 6th, 2021, the SABC News reported this story that you are referring to. According to their view, they were saying that you felt as if your reputation, there was an attempt to harm your reputation. But we want to hear it from your mouth. Do you think that the whole process, as we are wrapping it up, was an attempt to harm your image or reputation?
Well, as much as I'm a qualified journalist, I'm also a qualified public relations practitioner. And reputation is everything. Reputation is everything, and what is put out there in the public is everything. So me defending, I was also defending my reputation. I'm not sure if there was anybody trying to harm it, but obviously the moment there is some negative news reported on your name, it automatically, as I said, affects your brand, it affects your image, it affects your reputation. So, if there were people who were doing that intentionally or what, I'm not going to get embroiled in that for now. But as a qualified public relations practitioner, a chartered one for that matter, I know the importance of reputation, I know the importance of brand, I know the importance of image.
Let's zoom out to SABC now, going into the office of the Premier. We are speaking about a qualified public relation practitioner, and you have also referred to reputation. Now, here's my question. In your own view, I'm putting you on a spotlight. In your own view, honestly, the Free State Premier is not only a premier to that particular province, but she is also a deputy president of the biggest women's league in this country. As a public relation practitioner, do you believe that in terms of her reputation management, it was done well for her to be put out there to South Africans to know about her as one of the leaders in this country?
Well, I think I was a spectator for many years, looking at everything from the outside. I am now a player. Maybe if we can talk about that in a few months' time, I'll be best placed to give you my honest opinion. Otherwise, it would be a journalist in me responding to what you say. So, give me a few months and let the public relations practitioner respond to that.
Palesa, before I let you go, what is it that you are bringing to the office of Mayor Sisi Ntombela?
We're bringing communication, most importantly. As the spokesperson, you are responsible to communicate each and every little thing. Gone are the days where our leaders will be evading because they're controversial.
Sure.
We will be communicating. The people of the Free State will know each and everything that is happening in government, each and everything that is happening that the Premier of the Free State leads. Communication is key, as they say. Effective communication is an element that we bring into the office of the Premier.
Okay. Lastly, I've seen after we've just broke the story on our social media pages, people responded very well. But there were some who were saying that now it is time for her to be silenced. Because you'd remember this also happened with the current spokesperson of ESCOM, whereby when he was appointed by the same SOE, people said that, oh, now they are going to silence him because no one is going to criticize government. Is it the same issue with you now, whereby is it fair for people to say that you are going to be silent about critical issues that are happening in our government departments?
It's very unfair. I think those are very irresponsible statements. I've seen some of them on your Twitter page. People saying that she's now captured. I mean, I've only been in the office for a few days. How do they even conclude that I'm captured? They're going to silence a whole lot of things. And I think what people should consider, we grow up to grow in our respective careers as well. So I'm busy now with my master's in public relations. Are you telling me that I was doing my master's or I was going to do my PhD in PR just to stay in radio, for example, just to do one thing over and over again? No, there's got to be growth. No, I have not been silenced. I was brought to the office of the Premier for the expertise that I have, for the experience that I have, and for the hard work, as the Premier said herself, that she has observed over the years.
Chubisi, e re ke leboe ka nako ya hao mme hape ke o lakaletse mahlonono leeto lena la o le letjha le ofisi ya Mme Mantombela ka mono ka provinceng ya Vrystaat.
And that day, to the people of the Free State, we're not going to disappoint. We are just going to pick up the pieces from where we left off. And as I said, even better this time, fighting from within. Thank you so much.
And that was the spokesperson for the Free State Premier there in